I was thinking to myself, I said, I wonder how long I could just sit there like while doing this live stream and if anybody would even notice. Anywho, hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm going to do this live stream. I think I'm doing this live stream. There we go. Boom. Live stream is on. It says excellent condition and happy Sunday to you guys. Happy Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth. What a hell of a day today is. If you're a father out there, I hope you're enjoying today. I hope you're making this an awesome day. I hope your kids made today a special day for you. I was able to talk to my father today, and it was just good to be able to talk to Dad and let Dad know that his service is so greatly appreciated. I've been watching some parody videos on TikTok about Father's Day, and I can't really relate, but I think it's pretty funny nonetheless. Anywho, so here we are, we're live, and I got to be honest with you guys. I was going to go live a couple of days ago, earlier in the week. I had everything set up. I was right here in my bland-ass studio, which I really need to make this a lot better for these live streams. I had it all ready to go. There was one person waiting on the live to begin, and I said, you know what? The anxiety, it just got to me. I was like, I can't do it. And today it was almost a repeat of that. If you think about it too much, you won't do it. You won't. You'll start thinking, what am I going to talk about? What if it's not entertaining? There's going to be people who tune into this, and hopefully they're going to want to stick around, but you gotta make it entertaining for them. And sometimes you can overthink shit way too much, and I tend to do that. But here we are nonetheless. Anywho, hey, what's going on, Chris? I see you right there. Mark, what's going on? Shout out to Florida. Man, I love your state. If I could be down there right now at, where do I want to go? Islamorada Key. To, what's it called? Like Alligator Reef or some shit like that? Crocodile Reef, something. Christy, what's going on? What's your shout out to you? Shredder, what's going on? How are you doing? Hey, I'm doing pretty good. I hope you're doing well as well. Plastic Flamingo, what's going on? What's your B-Man reviews? Happy Father's Day to you, Joe. I'm not a dad. Yet. Maybe, right? Tall guy, what's going on with you, Paul? What's going on? Shout out to Scotland. My brother was born in Scotland. And I don't remember much of that. I lived there when I was a youngin'. 3 years old, I think, is when I was living there. Don't really remember shit about it. I don't know what you would remember from 3. Death Boo, what's going on? Hey, Joe, did you know that Lockdown mentioned AFP as the OG prison generation? I appreciate that. Tell Josh I said I appreciate that, man. Shout out to Josh. Local talent. Hope he's doing well. I haven't checked out any prison YouTube. God, I haven't checked out anything. Somebody had mentioned prison YouTube to me recently. They said, Joe, you did something and, now all of a sudden there's these other people and, you kind of paved the way or whatever. I'm not trying to toot my own horn saying that. I'm really trying to. But anyways, they mentioned a bunch of other names of prison youth, like new people. And I was like, holy shit, I've never heard of these folks. And I think, maybe some of them are blowing up and good for them. Everybody deserves to get their story out there, especially if you've been through some shit and it could potentially help somebody else. Tammy, what's going on? Which I see you right there. Death Boo says, sorry, I just woke up. What? What time is it? It's 4:20 where I'm at, ironically enough, on Father's Day. Tattooed Country Boy, shout out to you, man. Bruce, what's going on? It's raining here in the Sunrise, in Sunrise, Florida. It's beautiful where I am. It's 78 degrees, which makes absolutely zero sense considering it's like summertime or almost summertime, and 78 degrees makes zero sense. Anyways, let me get into this a little bit. Scuba Steve, what's going on? My intuition is that Joe will be a father within a year. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. So it's not like I don't got a video for today. In fact, I got 2 videos that I was working on before going live. And the first one was the one I started filming this video today, and it was about the weights that I went and got at the estate sale. And this morning was the first chance that I got to put those weights to use. And I'm out there doing the workout. I'm like, how much can I really bench? How strong is Joe for reals? Not really strong. So, you guys were basically working out with me, and it was a decent video, but it was basically just me working out. And I'm still going to end up sharing that video, maybe. Not today, not tomorrow, but someday, like Rick Grimes said to Negan. Might not be today or tomorrow, but someday. God, I miss that Bobo type feels all day. Yeah, buddy. So anyways, there was that video that I was working on. That one was, it was all right. But then I had another video in the Bammer of me reacting to do with the for sale by owner houses. And that video is actually really, really good. And I may still end up sharing that. I'm 2/3 of the way through that video. But I said, man, if I'm going to react to some shit, I might as well just do it live. Do it on Father's Day, on Juneteenth. Get down with the get down. You know what I mean? Make it a good one. Thomas, what's going on with you? Ever thought about opening a laundromat? Yeah, definitely thought about opening a laundromat, especially when I watch those videos on TikTok of people who got laundromats and how they're killing it. And yeah, it'd be something. Jacob says, you're looking good, Joe, my man, 100. I appreciate that, man. Sadly enough, I'm still, kind of fat in my belly. I'm 245. That's what I was this morning. I teeter-totter between the low 240s and 245 and maybe even up to 248 on a bad day. But, 245, I think to myself, have I reached the plateau where I'm not going to lose more weight and it's going to be built up in muscle now? Have I balanced that out? Or am I just eating way too much and I'm just, fucking it all up? Regardless, I was thinking, I'm like, I got to start really incorporating way more cardio, but we'll get there. We will get there. B. McMinn says, happy Dotson's Father Day. I am a daddy to them doggos. Love them dogs. And they're living a great life. I appreciate that, man. Kim, what's going on with you? What happened to the food truck idea? Lost total fucking interest in it, to be honest. I got the worst case of like adult variant ADHD that there is, right? So an idea might sound like the greatest idea one day or 1 week or 1 month. We might talk like, yeah, man, we're going to go start Bang Bus food truck. And then a week later, I'm like, man, fuck that shit. I got to go to Serve Save. I got to get the health department. Like, you already know my authority stance and how I be rocking with that. People making comments. They say, Joe, you got a real problem with authority. You ain't lying. And I don't want to be that way. Prison made me that way. Sadly enough. I'm laughing about it, but it's really not a joking matter. Maybe I've got PTSD from dealing with the authority. I don't know. I'm all over the fucking place. Let me rein it in. The listening fat storage unit business. I'm trying to tell you right now, if you got the money, storage is where it's at. Speaking of which, the listening fat, you just gave me an idea for the first thing to take the field trip to. What is it called? Bingo. I was telling my wife this today during lunch, and it may not. I don't know if it's even. If there's any sense to it, right? But I said, it's crazy because when you got money, and I don't have money, but if you do got money, like millions, right? If you got millions of dollars, it might be easier to make money if you got money, right? It takes money to make money, that whole saying. Well, let me share with you more of what I mean by that, right? Because I think to myself, a storage unit facility, you can never go wrong with that. There is never enough storage in the world. People always need storage. It's recession proof. Even if people lose their fucking houses, they're going to need somewhere to store their shit. And, a storage unit is where it's at, right? So I run across this property. I'm going to share it with you. And it's big. It's massive. Where am I at? Right here. It's right there, I believe. Is that it? Come on. Make it easy for me. Make it easy for me. Son of a gun. All right. Nope. That's not the one. It's over here somewhere. Bingo. That's got to be it. Bingo. Here it is right here, right? If you got millions of dollars, Joe, look. Oh my God. Don't look. Anyways, forgive me. I was looking at some baseball. I told myself I wasn't going to talk about baseball on this thing. All right. Hold tight. Let me pull up the chat. Shout out to the 140 rocking with me on Father's Day, man. All right. So hear me out, right? If you got millions of dollars, you can go make you millions of dollars. That's how I feel. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. But look, check this out. So I run across, let's just go like that. I run across this property right here. Now, this is 30,000 square feet. It's a vacant industrial building, and they only want 1.495 million for this thing, right? It's this sucker right here. Do we got more pictures of it? It takes up like a whole city block. It's a big, massive thing. And look at the inside of this. So I think to myself, I'm like, that's a storage unit building right there. You could charge so much for people to come store all their shit that they have nowhere to store, because around me, and this is, relatively close to me, there's not a lot of big storage. Yeah, you can go get a dime a dozen 5x5 or 5x10 unit, but when we're talking about a 20x40 or a 20x30 or a 10x20, something big like that, those units are, and the bigger you go, the harder they are to find. For example, if you think about the big storage unit, the big warehouse unit that I had a couple of years ago, I should have never let that thing go. That thing was $400 a month, but you could have put an RV and a boat inside of that unit. That's just how big it was. And these storage facilities, there's only 2 facilities in my area that have units that big. But if you had something like this, hey man, not only could you do storage, you could do half and half storage, half indoor marijuana grow operation. Like whatever. I just think, there's definitely something that you could do with something this big. I think there were some other pictures of it. I want to go fly my little FPV drone around all of this. Look at this thing, man. All this shit. It's all fenced in. It's got loading docks and bay docks and all sorts of shit. Yeah, like there's a loading dock right there. This is perfect. It's already fenced off. This is perfect for storage, in my opinion. But, anywho, just wanted to share that with you guys first and foremost. Let me go back over here. Ty says Pirates walk off home run for the 340. Did you bet that game? Sounds like it. I've been riding the Yankees for quite a while. I haven't talked about my gambling in some time. I went through a spell last week where I made like $1,200 pretty quick. And I was like, holy shit, whoa, Black Betty, I'm a fucking professional gambler now. I felt like Johnny Depp pre-Amber Heard trial in that movie Blow, walking through the airport with the 2 suitcases full of blow. Whoa, Black Betty, bam-balam. We went to dinner last weekend, me and my wife Connor and his fiance. And man, you couldn't tell me shit. I got the bill. I said, don't worry. I got it. It's 3 and some shit. I got it. The Yankees just paid for that shit. I don't even know who the fuck's on the team, to be honest with you. I was crushing off the Yankees. But anyways, I got this game today, and I've been betting them for the last, I don't know. They're on a 7, 8, 9 game win streak right now. Before they lost the last game, they were on an 11-game win streak. And, anyways, targeted, listening, who said it? Ty says it always starts off that way when you're winning. Yeah, well, anyways, funny thing about it, after that, I lost that entire $1,200. Didn't lose anything more. I was just back to square one. So I felt so bad. I made a real greedy bet. I should have never made the bet. I took the Yankees to win by 2. They won, but they didn't win by 2. And it was a $750 fucking bet that should have paid out $2,000. And I lost it. And I said, man, shit. So I said, you know what? I'm done gambling. Well, 2 days later, I was back on the sauce. And I was up about 300 and something yesterday. And I'm losing right now. Good deal. Son of a bitch. The Yankees were winning 7-3 earlier, or 8-3 or some shit. Anyways, it's all good. You'll get them next time. Better luck next time, Tiger. All right. So anyways, enough about that. I got another game tonight. I got Notre Dame over Oklahoma in the College World Series. So we'll see. Yeah, I do. I'm only doing money lines. That's all I'm doing. A lot of times taking the favorites too. But yeah. I was down yesterday, $500, and I bet the Yankees. Like, I took the Braves. The Braves been getting their ass kicked by the Cubs. I'm like, what the fuck? The Braves shouldn't be doing that. Now, of course, today they're beating the shit out of them. After 2 days of me betting them and they were losing. Well, yesterday to cover that 500, I had to bet the Yankees. I swear, I was ready to be calling the damn loan shark like, hey, look, I'll have the money next week. But I bet the Yankees and they covered everything and got me up like $100 and something. And then I bet Ole Miss last night and they beat the dog shit out of Auburn. So enough about all of that. Silver Wrench, what's going on with you? Thank you for being up in here. Thank you to everybody being up in here on a Father's Day. What you guys been doing today? Anything fun? We went grocery shopping. That was uneventful. We went to the store. I'm working on the next Joe Does Stuff Investigates video. I got 2 of them lined up in my mind. And I'm going to be working on one of those next week. You've been seeing me out there flying the little FPV drone that I've been incorporating footage in the videos of. I'm trying to get nice with that thing. I ain't going to lie, that thing is very, scary to fly because it's, a decently expensive little piece of equipment. It's like flying something that you don't want to crash. But I'll share with you one of the video ideas that I got for the Joe Does Stuff Investigates. And you've been seeing me fly around this sailboat that's been sitting in my area, literally on its side for months. I'll never forget when I saw this sailboat appear. It appeared. It was there for a couple of days, and then within a week, the damn thing was laying on its fucking side, and it never recovered from that. We had a bad storm that came through. The tide went up pretty high, and the closest that damn sailboat ever came to being upright again was during that storm. But since then, the damn thing's been laying on its fucking side. And go Cubs. I hear you. Studio LB, shout out to you, man. Thank you for being up in here. So the Bally video inspired this next video. And then there's an even better one. There's a bigger one, but that one's going to take a little bit more work. So this next video I want to do is about abandoned boats. And oh my God, boats and Joes, so to speak. Stephanie Dawson said, did you buy Bitcoin at the bottom? It seems we're getting a little bounce. I don't believe in Bitcoin. I don't believe in crypto anymore at all. Even with it being at 18,000, 19,000. I've been watching it every day. But 2 things about that make me say, forget all that and go baseball. I'm going to tell you why I'm gambling, because gambling is my new Bitcoin, which I hope it doesn't turn out the same way it did for me in the first time, which it probably would, though. Especially the way today's looking. But anyways, excuse me. 2 things about the Bitcoin scared the shit out of me. First is, I was listening to somebody talk about this current economic shitstorm that's brewing and we're on the cusp of. And they said, don't believe any bottoms that you see right now. Stocks, crypto, don't believe any bottoms. Because you ain't even seen the bottom yet. And I said, oh, boy, talk that shit then. So that was the first thing that had me like, oh, yeah, let's buy it at 19. But then it dropped some more, right? I mean, every day it's been dropping more. So I don't believe that. And then the second thing was, I just read something, and I can't even remember. It was on Twitter. Something about not Coinbase, but 2 other things that you can buy and sell crypto on, or maybe there were 2 other cryptos. I don't remember exactly what it was. They weren't letting people take out the money. And see, if I invest or if I dump into something, I need to be able to get mine back when I want to get it back. And if you're going to put a hold on it or say, hey, we're not going to let you take nothing out right now because things are looking a little dicey, fuck that. I can't go for that. I can't go for that. So forget the crypto. Daniel, shout out to you. Sure could go for some mean tweets and cheap gas, LOL. You're talking about Donald Trump? That guy's he's never gonna be president again. No matter how you feel, he'll never be president again. It's just crazy, you know. But anyways, yeah, I mean, shit was a lot different a couple of years ago. Now boy, hey, have you seen Joe Biden ride the bicycle? That motherfucker thought he was in the X Games yesterday. Anyways, I know, Joe. It's not that. Studio LB says crypto is just unnecessary stress. Yeah. Tammy says, I remember when you seen that boat. I wondered about that for a while and then forgot. Yeah, the boat. So I know I'm bouncing around, but I wanted to address that crypto thing while it was on my mind. Getting back to this next Joe Does Stuff Investigates, what happened to these boats? And there's a couple of them that I really want to explore, right? In terms of, you know, finding out what happened. But more important than that, there's a lot of other questions that come to mind outside of just what happened. Because I can tell you right now what I've heard happened with that sailboat. And I've been able to look up the sailboat and find all this information on the boat. That big motherfucker sitting out by my house that's just leaning over on its side. I don't want to give away too much, but I guess I'll just, you know, explain some of the thinking that I've had with this. That boat is, you know, basically abandoned. It's abandoned because of the fact that it's stranded. That's another part of it too. So even if the person wanted to get it, whoever owns it, it's not like they could get it because it's stranded. So I think to myself, what if I wanted to go get it? What if I said, look at me, I'm the fucking captain now. That's mine. Who owns this boat? Well, I do. You own that boat? I do. How long have you owned that? Well, since right now, as a matter of fact, I said it's mine. Obviously, the person who has it doesn't want it. What if I was that boat's pappy? I'll be that boat's pappy. Forgive me. I know I'm just kind of carrying on with it. But anyways, I go that route with this because, you know, with an abandoned boat, you can go get a salvage title on it. Like, it's not impossibly hard to do that. It's not impossibly hard to take over a boat because I guess more times than not, boats end up being left and abandoned. And I think back in 2008, pre-prison, right before I went to prison, after I came home from prison the very first time, I was working at a marina. And while working at that marina, I had heard about boats being abandoned and what you could do in an effort to try to gain ownership of that boat. And I don't remember exactly what the steps were, but it was something along the lines of, if the boat's been abandoned, and it doesn't even have to be abandoned for very long. I was looking into this, recently because of this video idea, and I read something like if a boat is abandoned for like 7 days, or maybe it was like 10 days, you can apply for ownership through an abandoned boat, I don't know, title or lien or like whatever the fuck it would be. I don't know necessarily what it would be, but I think about that. I'm like, damn, look at all these boats that are just, you know, people just moor their boats. They just anchor their boats out in the water just because they don't want to pay a slip fee or something like that. Man, how crazy would it be if you could just go commandeer somebody's boat that easy? Oh, they haven't been there in 10 days. Well, I'm gonna file for an abandoned boat title. Well, what would protect the owner if something like that were to take place would be, in an effort to do this, what I remember from working at this marina many moons ago was that you had to have like a public notice, like whether it was ad in a newspaper or something like hey, I'm applying for an abandoned boat title on this boat at this location. Something like that, right? I think to myself, with this abandoned sailboat out here, what if we could rescue it? Now, first of all, I don't even know how you would rescue a boat like that because it's stuck like a bitch. It's a 40-something foot sailboat, which I don't know a damn thing about sailing. It's probably got a shit ton of damage from being underwater for as much as it's been underwater. But all we need is a couple of sump pumps in there, a generator, maybe some flotation devices to get that bitch up. That's really how we would have to do it. We'd have to get some floats up under it. Now, the good news is it's not in that deep of water. So what if we went through the efforts of trying to get a salvage title on this boat, get it floated, and then restore this puppy? You know what I mean? Something like that. Graham, I see you right there. Zippo. Long Joe Silvers. Marie says, Joe, how about a Bungee Gem? Too much insurance. Too crazy. That seems really crazy. I was thinking about a gym in general, but like I was talking about in yesterday's video, man, gyms are a dime a dozen. They are a dime a dozen. And it would be cool to start a gym. It could be a fucking reality show, to be honest. People would tune in to see that. Maybe. Studio B says, don't gamble too much. I ain't got but 1,000 out there today. If I lose that, well then, I tell myself all I need to do is just get spanked one good time with this gambling shit. I'll be done. I was speaking with my father today. He said, what are you doing? You got another house lined up? I said, nah, I can't mess with the houses right now. The market's too crazy. I said, all I've been doing is just gambling compulsively. And not really. I'm trying to study the shit and make the smart bets. But hey man, any given Sunday or any given day of the week, anybody could win or lose. Crazy. Daniel says, Congress looking at issues, letters of marque on all Russian vessels if you want to do some real pirate stuff. I have no idea what I just read right there. I got to be honest. But it sounds kind of interesting. Josh says, whatever happened with the contractor's license you was working on? Sorry if you said it already. I haven't even had a chance to mention that just yet. I feel so fucking defeated with the contractor's license, to be honest. And I hate to say I've kind of like just given up. And the reason why is because I don't have anybody who can vouch for me. Nobody. Steve, cue the violin track. You see, one of the biggest things that you need is the experience verification form. And, surely I could fill it out. I could showcase 5 years, at least 2 years of videos of me doing work. Forget me telling you. Let me show you. Check out these videos. Let me show you flip number 1, especially. All the lessons I learned in that. But anyways, to get the contractor's license, you have to have the experience verification form. It's nothing to fill out the experience verification form and say, yeah, I've been doing this for 40 years. Been doing this for 40 years, man. Ain't nothing you can tell me about this shit. So long as you can pass the test, who's going to tell you any different? But you got to have somebody fill out that experience verification form. And I don't really I did think that I did, but turns out it's a little different than what I thought. And it's not like I don't have people who would be willing to try to help me with this, but I don't know if the credentials they have are going to work. And because of that, well, I don't have a licensed fucking contractor, which is exactly what I need. I need a licensed contractor. This reminds me of a prison story I shared many moons ago, and I don't really want to do that here, but it is just kind of funny how I'm about to tie this in. I remember when I first started my little 7-year sentence, I was locked up with this young kid who was locked up for having a knife in an airport, and he ended up getting a bond. He was very spiritual while he was locked up, God-fearing. Most God-fearing individual I've ever met in my life, to be honest. At least at this point in his life, jail changed him, so to speak. He got a bond, and all he needed was a signature, and he thought he was going to be able to sign for himself, but he couldn't. He needed his grandmother to sign for him, and she was in Indiana or some shit like that. And the Holy Spirit left his body immediately once he realized he was going to be stuck there for a moment. And he said, and his spiritual pals told him, "Hey, look, man, just pray about it. All you got to do is just pray about it. Put it in God's hands." And this young man, I saw Satan spawn right in this young man, and he said, God can't help me. I need a fucking signature. In my case, I need somebody with a Class A contractor's license. And Amy says, John would help me. John was who was going to help me, but John doesn't have that. He's got the school, and he's a licensed educator. Which is not the same, because you need the experience verification. You need a licensed contractor. That's what they say. And the criteria is so strict, you can't deviate from what they say. They need either a licensed contractor or they need a city official. Those are the two things that they want. A school, I don't know that they would go for. And then I think to myself, I'm going to spend all this money to try to do this, and it's probably not going to work. I need to get a $45,000 shorty bond. I need to get insurance. Like, I need to be a ready-made fucking business when I go apply for this. And I'm going to be lacking one of the biggest things that they need. Not to mention, still have to go in front of the board and explain my criminal record, which I got from the state police. I did receive that. And then, they mention it right there on the experience verification form. They say, if you don't have any of these, a city official, a licensed architect, a licensed engineer, which my homeboy Connor just became an engineer. He graduated college, but he's not a licensed engineer, or a licensed contractor. Anything else, they say, is going to seriously delay, if not deny, the application. And I think to myself, I probably ain't got a shot in hell. I already got the criminal record against me, and then I don't even have exactly what they want. So you know what? Fuck that. We're going back to start a cleaning business. Ty says, Jellicoe would vouch. He's a contractor. If he was a contractor, he probably would vouch, to be honest. But don't misconstrue being a licensed contractor with having a business license. Those are two entirely different things. Entirely different things. Florida Nick says, if you want to take your workouts to the next level, check out High Intensity Training the Mike Mentzer way. Also, why don't you get your tendonitis checked out by a doctor? Because I got bigger issues, I'd be scared to go to for a doctor. I'm a hypochondriac. Is that the word where you always think something's wrong? I'm a kleptomaniac. That means I steal shit. But Nick, yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I was thinking about trying to do the Hard 75 challenge. I'm looking for a new workout concept to really shred the fat. The cannons are there. I just need the fat gone. Shane says, shout out, please. Shane, shout out to you, man. Thank you for being up in here. Daniel says, Joe, how is Jellicoe doing on the run? Look, let's not make this a bunch of, wildness. I'm not going to sit here and talk bad about nobody. I wish everybody the best. That's it. So, anyways, Matthew, hey, good afternoon. How's everything? Just got on here. Things are good. Things are good, man. It's Father's Day. We're chilling. I'm going to be eating me some lasagna tonight. The meatloaf. It's good times, man. What you guys got for dinner tonight? Jersey, what's going on? Hypochondriac. That was it. What was the necrophilia? That was what it was. When you think everything's wrong, that's me. I am a fucking compulsive necrophiliac. Sandy, special shout out to you. Joe Dabnab, you went live. Oh, I was like, Dabnab, what the, where's that at? You went live while I was out. Hello to you. Thomas says, how's the cleaning business going? We ain't got it going just yet. We are Still working on it, but that's looking like the most likely thing that we're going to be able to do. And let me go back to one thing that I had mentioned. Look, don't misconstrue a contractor's license, which is very hard to get. If you've got a contractor's license, if you got a Class A contractor's license too, what I was chasing after, all of your biggest, baddest, best construction businesses, for the most part, and they should be, are Class A contractors. In my state, that's what it's called. That is, the guy that can go out there and do the most amount of money work. He's licensed to be able to do that. That's what I was chasing after. And I told myself, I was like, damn, man, if I can get this Class A contractor's license, that's going to set me up in a major way. Let's just say, it doesn't work out for me trying to go out there and do any kind of work. And the only work I was trying to do was my flips, being able to be my own contractor. I could go work for anybody. What kind of qualifications do you have? Well, I mean, not much actually. I YouTube pretty much everything that I know, or TikTok. I've got a TikTok fucking master's in pretty much everything. Drywall, finishing especially. College, no, I ain't really got no college. I got a felonious record that's pretty extensive, but I am, a Class A contractor. Yo, what? You a Class A contractor? Hey, man, that joint would add up. Jeffrey, shout out to you, man. If you've got children out there, very special Father's Day to you as well. And if you don't, you're a child of somebody's. I mean, maybe not a child, but you got a father. And if you don't have a father, or if you don't know who your father is, or your father wasn't there for you, you probably got somebody who has meant something special to you. And if you don't got none of that, I hope you would have something. I would hope you'd have something. Jose says, Joe, you were still the effing man. Don't ever forget that. Videos are still entertaining. Keep it up. I appreciate it, Jose. Thanks for being up in here, man. If you're joining me late, I did this live because I wanted to be able to say Happy Father's Day to everybody. And also, I was working on 2 videos earlier. Like, I got 2 videos. And I said, man, I really want to do this live. I've been talking about doing the live. I mentioned at the beginning of this, like, I tried to do this live a couple of days ago, and the anxiety kind of like scared me off. And then another thought that I had that kind of was, confusing me a little bit, I guess, was I was like, well, shit. Should I do the live stream here? Should I go do it on After Prison Show? I did the video, What Happened to Bally? And, people had some jokes. They was like, oh, Joe, I thought this was going to be What Happened to After Prison Show. And I get it. But I just realized, I don't know, man. I kind of went the route that I probably needed to go with that video that I shared over there. And it's almost like a bad breakup. And I hate to use that analogy, but it's like, when it's done, it should be done. Like, is it done? Should I come back? Wait, don't shut the door just yet. If she turns back around, when she's walking away, there's still a chance. So you're telling me there's still a chance? I don't know where I'm going with that, but I figured, man, hey, this is where we're at. This is where we're at. Chubba Wubba says, I am not your dad, LOL. Have you seen that video on TikTok? The young white kid goes into the Walmart, into the phone, the electronics area, and he's talking to the black guy working in there, and he's like, hey, I'm trying to figure out, I just got this phone. I'm trying to figure out how to change my screensaver on my phone, my background on my phone. And he shows the guy working in there the picture, and it's a picture of him with his shirt off. Like the black guy working in the store, it's a picture of him. And he's like, hey, where did you get that picture from? He was like, wait, that kind of looks like you, don't it? He was like, my mom told me that was my dad. He left when I was a baby. Dad? That shit is fucking funny. He says the same thing. I'm not your dad. It's a great video. It's a very good video. Nobody gets crazy or anything like that. It's pretty good. Josh says, are you straight done with the APS? If so, it's all good. Do what you want to do, bro. I pretty much do that anyway. No, I'm kidding. But, yeah, I don't know, man. There's been quite a few stories that I've seen in the news that I'm like, damn, man, we just had 4 people escape from prison here locally. Like a lot of shit that's been going on that always has me thinking, man, I ought to do a video about that. But, Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I am pretty much done, to be honest. And I enjoy what I'm trying to do here on Joe Does Stuff. And what am I trying to do here? Like, I do a lot of shit. I'm doing like reaction videos. I'm doing these live streams. I'm doing like abandoned urban exploring. I'm flying a drone. We're out here flipping houses, or at least we were prior to this current economic state. Thinking about getting back into storage units, going to that estate sale, really inspired some shit with that. And I mean, I'm just enjoying just trying to hustle, trying to make something happen, man. And find my place out here. There's a lot of YouTube channels that I'm seeing that I'm really enjoying, that are not prison related. And then when I do run across something that's prison related, I got to be honest with you, I fucking straight bang on that shit. So, fucking God dang. I am so just turned off by it. And I don't know where that really comes from. All the bullshit that I dealt with After Prison Show as a whole. I don't know, man. I could write a book. Kiko says, please make an OnlyFans. It's coming. Tom Jones says, new channel idea after Prison Show. I thought about it. Trust me, I did. I definitely thought about that. The tell-all. What really went down? Sandy. Yeah, well, don't let the negative comments stop you ever. I did miss you. Well, thank you for being over here. I pride myself on trying to, it's not the negative comments. It was just, man, we ran our course. We ran our course over there. We really did. And I got so burnt out. God, I got so burnt out on it. I did. And just too much shit just went wrong. But Derek says I could sell feet pictures. There could be something to that. Duel says you should definitely do the landscaper prank on a big company where you get a big job. LOL. Man, what the hell had just happened? Something. Oh my God. Oh, I remember. I was in Lowe's yesterday, or no, wait, it was Friday. I was in Lowe's. There was this lady who was behind me. I was picking the tub up. That's what it was. We went and picked up the tub. So I was waiting in there to get the tub, and you got to pick it up at the return area. So you got pickups and returns. So this dude was in there returning a whole bunch of shit. And, good for him. He kept everything. He returned it. That's what you're supposed to do. If you don't use it, return the shit. But this lady comes in behind me. I don't even see her, but I just hear her say to him, she says, oh, you must be a painter. And he says, well, I do a little bit of everything. And I mean, I'm listening to this conversation. I'm ear hustling. and I mean, it's happening right in front of me. So it's not like she was like, you must be a painter. He says, oh, I do a little bit of everything. And she was like, well, I need a painter. And she was like, do you have a card? And he was like, no, I don't got no card. He was like, I could write my number down for you. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, this is one of them moments where like one of them type of pranks would be great. But I didn't do anything. It didn't come to me fast enough. Smith, Pink Gang for life. Damn, man. That's a throwback right there. Spilla says, first live I watched Joe for super years, and I feel late as hell. Well, thank you for being up in here. I hope your weekend's going good. Danny says, you were one of the OG prison channels, but you have outgrown that. You have moved on in life, and so should your content. Well, I appreciate it. That's been my thinking on the situation. Look, just because I'm not doing prison content anymore, don't ever forget for a moment that I'm still a fucking felon, right? I'm still a felon trying to make it out here. And I ain't got a whole hell of a lot going for me. No education, 40 years old. So it's always going to be, after prison Joe, because my life will always revolve around that. And with the way that I act sometimes, especially around law enforcement or, people who have authority type figures, shit, I better tone it down before I end up back where I've been trying to put behind me for so long. But I want to share something with you that I find kind of crazy. Like, you know, I want to give a very special shout out to my homeboy, Connor. Connor is doing amazing in life. He's probably the most successful guy that I know after prison, who has just, grinded from the fucking bottom to get to where he's at. You got to imagine something. Me and Connor came home around the same time. He probably came home just a little bit before me. And his road to redemption was so much tougher than mine was. Like, Connor came home, he was renting a room from somebody that he knew from prison. And that guy's doing phenomenal too. So a very special shout out to AZ. Another guy that really got his shit together. Connor came home, he was renting a room. He would end up having to go rent a room somewhere else because, the guy was moving on. And he started at his job making $9 an hour. Struggling with, an addiction problem that while in prison, he was still, not doing so great. But, he comes home and he really puts everything into trying to get it together, man. And he does that. And not only does he does that, he works his way up from a $9 an hour job all the way up to like second in charge of the company. And the company basically blesses him with just giving him the opportunity to really learn the business and really get a chance to do just so much in the construction industry, oversee jobs, be a project manager, right? Connor puts himself back in college to get to finish his degree as a mechanical engineer, all the while working, all the while trying to be a licensed tattoo artist, which he would become and then decide, that wasn't the route that he wanted to go. He graduates from college, mechanical engineer degree, and from $9 an hour just 6 years ago, this dude has job offers, for $100,000 a year starting out. And we were having a conversation the other day, and he was telling me about how these job prospects are going. We're not just talking about like run-of-the-mill entry-level bullshit jobs. We're talking about like project managers for big fucking projects in the local area. So he's telling me about how some of these these hiring processes are going. And, one of the things that they were asking is they were like, well, do you have any experience? And he was like, do I have any experience? Of course I've got experience. And he can name all of these big fucking jobs in the local area that he's been a part of and he's been a project manager on, or at least some form or fashion a part of the project on, because of the company that he's worked for and that he's worked his way up through. But anyways, I bring him into this because, I say I will always be after prison Joe. Well, just because you get your fucking rights restored, which I have and Connor has. Connor even got his gun rights restored. He's going through these hiring processes, a fucking college graduated mechanical engineer. He's going through these hiring processes. And do you know, one of the job offers that he had pulled the job offer back because of his fucking criminal record, which is still on his record. It hasn't been 5 years since. And this is the craziest thing. If you think about when the conviction took place way before. He did 5 years in prison. We've been home for 6 years. I did 7 years in prison. I've been home for 6 years. You would imagine have you been convicted of a felony in the last 5 years? No. And you would expect that wouldn't show up. But do you know when, I just learned this. Do you know when that actually begins, that 5 years begins? It's not when you get convicted. It's not when you get done serving your sentence and you get released. It's when you get released from fucking probation. When probation finally says you have fulfilled your obligation to the state, we are releasing you, then that 5 years begins. Or, then that clean time begins, so to speak. Ain't that shit? Ain't that shit? That is crazy. Isn't No says, what is that racist tattoo on your arm? It means white trash. Because for the longest time, that's what I've been. Is that the one you're talking about? That racist tattoo? Stop that bullshit, man. We're too positive over here. Kiki says $9 an hour. Damn, yeah, I know. Nowadays, I mean, you think about what people are making and you know, I used to have a big problem with that. Like, oh man, it's crazy. When I came home, I was making $7.25 an hour at some jobs. I was working at Little Caesars making $7 an hour. But shit, I mean, now gas is through the roof. Death Boo says, actually, Joe, I have an aggravated robbery, but I was lucky to not actually go to prison. But I've been watching your videos, and everything you have accomplished is nothing short of inspirational. Well, I appreciate that, Death Boo. And, you know, I want to get back to the contractor's license for a moment. You know, I probably missed some comments that were like, damn, Joe, you should still go through with it or try to go through with it. Well, here's the crazy thing. When I got my my criminal record back from the state police, that fucking thing is so in depth. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, well, shit, I ain't got many convictions on my record. They don't even got the conviction. I mean, yeah, of course they got the conviction. They got so much more than the convictions. They've got things that you get charged with. And I told a story many moons ago about getting charged with a robbery charge myself, where me and this old dude were smoking the crack. And he said that I robbed him, beat him up, and I robbed him, which never fucking happened. We were smoking crack. I was 18 years old. He had the money because he was getting that, you know, that state check. And I was like, yo, I can go get us some more crack. All fucked up, right? And I just took the money and I ran. And I went and smoked the crack by my damn self. Do you know the next thing that happened, like one of the, not the next thing, but a couple of weeks later, the police come and arrest me, interrogate me, talking about, you robbed this dude. You beat this dude up and you robbed him. I said, that shit never happened. And I told him what I just told you. We were smoking crack. I took the money and I went out the back door. I still got charged with it. I couldn't even beat it in court because it was his word versus mine. It was his word versus mine. I've told this story, but it's just so fucking crazy. And anyways, that shit's on my record. It literally shows robbery charge. And then it shows what you're charged with. And it shows outcome. It says robbery. And it says outcome. Guilty. Petty larceny. Simple assault. I'm like, oh, damn, they ain't about to give me no contractor's license because when you go to the contractor board, Connor already told me he's been to the contractor board when he became a licensed tattoo artist. He says, Joe, they don't care about nothing you do in life. They don't care if you're out there rescuing baby turtles. They want to know what you was doing back then. And why does your record say this? And I think to myself, I'm like, yo, I'm going to go in there and try to explain the story. Well, it says here you got a robbery charge. Now, you weren't convicted of that. Can you tell us what happened? Yeah, sure. Look, no big deal. I was 18 years old. You were 18 once, right? Did you smoke crack? You did. Okay, well, did you ever smoke crack and tell a guy you were so strung the fuck out, you were like, hey, I can go get us some more. And you just never came back and you smoked the crack all by yourself? You never did. Well, that's what I did. That's how I got it. What you mean I can't be a licensed contractor? Yeah. Duel says Paul Blart parking guy almost gave you another charge to add to the list. LOL. You know, I'm never proud of those moments. I don't share those moments with you like, yeah, I told that fat son of, I told him. I never share those moments for that. I share those moments because I'm just that real about it. Or I just don't give a fuck, one or the other. But the point is, it's not a cool thing. It is a fucking character flaw. To let something affect you in such a way that you react in such a way could really end you up in some trouble, if not hurt or even worse. But don't get me wrong. As soon as I started going in on this dude, he was clapping right back. When I said, dude, I'm just trying to get to work. This motherfucker gonna say, well, you should have left earlier then. And I didn't give him, I let him get that. That was a freebie. He got that one. He got off on me with that one. You right. You fucking right. Well, you still need to get out the road. bitch. Al C, what's going on, man? Shout out to you. Thank you for the encouragement. One Hitter, what's going on? Big Country Productions. Joe, could you teach me how to do characters? I love art and love what you do like that and would pay you to teach me. I would also love to do some rap collabs with you. Well, first of all, thank you for all those nice things right there. I'm not that strong of an artist. I'd be the wrong one to try to teach you how to do caricatures. But I can tell you how I tried to improve mine, which was just watching videos, literally looking up caricature art on YouTube or TikTok. And I mean, there's plenty of people that you can see how they're doing it. And a lot of them even have tutorials. So I think you could probably benefit more from checking out some of that. And in terms of the rap, I've been thinking about the music a little bit lately. I kind of want to I miss it. I miss the days of singing them songs. I was going through some old Bobos, and I got a bunch of them that I've saved where I actually had the songs. Do y'all remember, if you ever watched the Bobo, did y'all ever remember when I did the Neil Young song? The, hey, old man, take a look at your life. I'm alive. Was that the one that I did? And I rewrote that about smoking crack. Or what about nothing could stop me? I'm all the way up. Everyone I put to work was on crystal meth. Holy shit. Man, we had some good times with that. I missed the music. I need to get back to that. Henley Louie, love your name. Keep up with the videos. Do an update on After Prison Show like the construction videos. I like to see Joe learn construction. I appreciate that. Means a lot to have you over here checking this out. And I'll probably do a video for After Prison Show from time to time. Just to say, hey, I'm not dead. I'm still here. And Turtorius, you're handsome, Joe. That's a very unusual name, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Can somebody break my heart one time? ESPN. One time. I need to see. Oh, God, Yankees. Anybody on base? Nobody's on base. It's 9-10, the Blue Jays, who have been getting stomped by the Yankees. There's one out, top of the ninth. I got 500 on this game. All I need. Oh, and they walked them. Let's go then. Let's go. Yankees are balling right now. I'm not even a Yankees fan, but I'm ready to go get me a Yankees hat. Full Yankees outfit just to be doing the raps again. Mike Tyson, what's going on? Which was stuck behind about 8 bikers. Oh, shit. Yesterday, sitting at a roundabout talking and found myself thinking, I wonder how Joe would handle this. Well, Mike, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not fucking with them dudes. Straight like that. You got it. I'm wearing a freaking pink shirt. I'm looking like a straight millennial. Them dudes have been through some shit. Now, if they real bikers, I mean. And plus, there's 8 of them. Let's just cut to it. There's 8 of them. There's 1 of me. I ain't got but 1 mouth and 2 hands. And I know that sounds strange, but I can only talk so much shit and try to throw these DBs as much as possible before one of them is going to kill me, probably. Lisa, hey, thank you for becoming a member. Means a lot to have you here. Squirrely girl, what's going on with you? Glad I made the live. Been subbed since the beginning. Love seeing you grow. It encourages me to keep grinding. Always. It means a lot to have you here too, and definitely keep grinding. That's what I like about the Joe Does Stuff thing the most, is I'm meeting so many people through the Discord, through the Facebook, and if you guys aren't a part of either one of those, hey, please join the Discord and the Facebook. Both 2 awesome places to check out. The links are in the videos, the descriptions of every video that I post. But I'm meeting so many people from all over the place who are out there hustling for themselves. Landscapers and dudes who are doing all sorts of home renovations and other things. And they're giving me ideas for things. And it's just a really cool community that's getting built here. And I'm glad to be a part of it. Tom Jones says, hey, has Tom Brady retired yet? I know he's really regretting coming back out of retirement considering that $360 million Fox commentating deal that he's got. Henley Louie, special shout out to you. Welcome as well. Thank you for becoming a member. Shout out to Tom Brady, man. His TikToks are fucking on. Since he left New England, he just talks a lot of shit. And watching the Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen golf match, that was pretty cool too. Them dudes. I actually got a lot of respect for Patrick Mahomes. I didn't really care for him too much, but he's a pretty cool dude, man. From watching that. Kentucky Vlogs, what's going on with you, man? How long did you do APS before you started getting good views? 1 year. 1 year. And if you're doing a YouTube channel and you're trying to get it off the ground, you need to focus on what's going to get it off the ground. Your name is Kentucky Vlogs. If you're doing a vlog channel, you need to look at exactly what Whistle and Diesel and all them other vlog channels are doing. They're doing how much, how fast, how can. You know, you got to have a video that's going to really draw some people in. And when I did After Prison Show, I sort of thought that. I didn't know it until it actually happened, but my video was, you know, how to create a prison tattoo gun. A how-to video is what did it for me. And then prison stories would be what followed after that. And then interviews would be what followed after that. They would see a lot of success. With a vlogging channel, one thing that I'm seeing with vlogging channels, you need to really try to be like Casey Neistat, but better. There's a lot of channels that I'm watching where the camera quality and the footage looks really good. They've color graded everything. We're shooting with a fucking Sony A7 or better. You know, everything's in 4K. You know, you really got to have some good stuff going on with that. And if you're not doing those things, I can't guarantee those things even work. But all of those things, clicky titles, interesting shit going on, you know, don't be out there breaking the law, and then the best type of footage you can possibly muster in your content. And this goes for anybody trying to do a YouTube channel. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't do any of these things on Joe Does Stuff. I should be, and I'm slowly trying to find my lane with that. But I can't guarantee any of those things work, but all of those things or any of those things is going to be helpful in terms of giving you a better chance to succeed. I sort of sound like a life coach with this stuff right here. Turtorius. I just like saying your name. APS for life. Thank you. Hey, Michelle. Long time. I made a live. Wow. Hope all is well with you and fam. It's good, and I hope the same for you as well. What an awesome person you are, Michelle. Thank you for being over here. Joey, what's going on? Long time with you as well. APS reunion video update on everyone. Next question. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I be missing Dave. I talk to Connor about that shit all the time. Connor's like the in-between, and there's never been an issue with Dave and I, really. And I tell him all the time, man, I need to talk with Dave. Yeah, that would be the reunion I'd really like. One or two other folks as well. Dan says, you're going to buy a Bitcoin, Joe? Not one. I ain't fucking with it. Let me tell you what they told me on TV. Don't trust this bottom you seeing, because you ain't even seen the bottom yet. I believe that shit. I really believe it. It all started with a tattoo gun. Henley says, what do you think about 23-1? I don't think about him. Josh is a solid dude. I mean, he really is. And I've known Josh, not even really knowing him like talking about, but I've known him since he began. I've seen everything that he's done with his channel. And I got nothing bad that I would say about that dude. Me and him have had a couple of slight rifts in the past. Me talking shit about him talking shit about me. And really, it should have never even been that way. You know, I never did collabs with After Prison Show. I always thought that shit was so fucking fake. But I get it now. Like, I get so much that I didn't understand then that I should. And, you know, I'm saying that because we probably should have done more. I had ideas that I wanted to bring him in on, but we just never could make it happen. Whether it was just timing or whatever, we just never could make it happen. when I was doing the Chopped series with the little cooking videos and having people like competing with the prison cooking, he was somebody I wanted to have on that. When we did the prison gaming, he was somebody I wanted to get in on that. I think he's a good dude, and I wish him nothing but success. Jake Crypto, what's going on with you, man? Did you ever get them damn stickers? I ain't been in the Discord in a couple of days, so I don't know. I had the same thought this morning. Joey, what you talking about? Oh, probably what I was talking about. Ederlope, what's going on with you? Keep up the amazing work, Joe. I hope you have a great day. And you can call me Eric, by the way. Eric, I will certainly be calling you by your name, because Ederlope, I always feel like I'm going to be mispronouncing that. Oh, God. Well, the Yankees lost. Damn it. Oh, well. Hopefully I'll make my money back on tonight's game. So I bet. Damn, I hate talking about this. I told myself I wasn't. So I bet $500 on the Yankees today. I know that sounds crazy, but I had been doing really good with the betting. I lost that. I got $500 on Notre Dame tonight over Oklahoma. They play at 7, but the payout on that is so much better. I truly feel like Notre Dame is the team to beat in this College World Series. And even though Oklahoma was doing good, I don't think they got shit for Notre Dame. So let's get this get back, hopefully. Adrian says, how is Cody doing? I haven't talked to him in a long time, but I think about him from time to time too. Really want to do a reunion or get back to doing some things with him. But I know he's doing his own damn thing. A Prisoner's Awakening. You're funny, bro. Shout out to you and the APS family. Shout out to you as well. Thank you for being up in here. Anyways, what else do I got? Studio LB says gambling is addictive. Can't lie. It is. It's great when you're winning, and it ain't that great when you're losing. But I haven't lost anything substantial. Like, the worst that I've done is just broke even. And even though I'm down 500 right now, I stand the chance of, well, either being down by a lot later on today or being up by just a little bit. Dan, I missed that. Benjamin says, if you are never criticized, you may not be doing much that makes a difference. That's a good piece right there, man. That's a good piece. So, look, this morning I got an opportunity to use the new workout equipment. I'm not going to lie. Hey, that shit was nice. I got me a little gym over at the storage unit, and that shit looks like a prison rec yard now. I got a video on it, but I ain't got no conclusion to that damn thing. I was going to come home and film the conclusion to it, and I never did it. Wade says, do you miss your box truck? Every day I miss that box truck. Every day. I think about box trucks all the time. There's a couple of things that I think about all the time. Box trucks, boats, dirt bikes. And I ain't got none of them damn things. And it's the wrong time to be going out there and getting any. I got a dirt bike saved right now I want to go get. I got like 5 boats saved right now that I want to get. Ain't none of them things going nowhere. But no box trucks. I can't find a box truck to save my life. I would love to have another box truck. The shit that you can do with a box truck is endless. Deliveries, moving, which I don't want to get back into moving because that's just way too much back-breaking work. But, yeah, I miss it all the damn time, man. Kentucky says, whatever happened with the guy from APS that got the new teeth? Jaron, I have no idea. We went out on bad terms. That's all I know. And I haven't heard anything. And you know what? You know what's even more crazy? I wish him well. Ooh, kill him with kindness. I wish him so well. And I mean that. I'm beyond the drama. I'm not going to do that over here. That was one of the things that really spoiled the milk over there on After Prison Show, to be honest, was just all the fucking drama. And I want to do it so different over here. I want to try to take the things that I learned from the mistakes that I made over there and do them different over here. I really do. I was thinking about if I can get this cleaning business jumping again, which it's not as easy as just saying, let's do it, and it happens. It's a lot of shit that I got to do in an effort to make this cleaning business happen. But I was thinking, I was like, what are some other things that I could do with this? Now, of course, we're going to make videos of us cleaning and all the crazy shit that we might come across. Because, man, I can tell you, we're probably going to run across some wild ass shit. But I was like, damn, what if I went out? Now, hear me out. This might sound a little outside the box. What if I went out there? There's people who hold up signs all day long, able-bodied son of a bitches too. And I'm not talking about the people who really just are hurting and they just messed up. I'm talking about the people that look. There's a dude that holds a sign up who is young, who is physically fit. He almost looks like a goddamn model. No homo, right? Even though nothing, but, can you even say that? This dude looks damn good. And I'm thinking to myself, what you waiting on? A motherfucking modeling career? I know damn well you can go out there and get a job. So I think to myself, what if we get the cleaning business and, because people are going to be hard to find to work, right? We offer people who look like they could handle it and who are holding up a sign the opportunity to work. And we film that shit. Because I want to film, more importantly, when they say no and why. Oh, no. Hey, you got some work for me? Oh, no. Well, you see, both of my legs, I lost both of my legs. Bitch, you standing. What you mean you lost both of your legs? But I'm making some jokes with it. But what if it actually worked? What if we were able to find somebody who wanted to work, who needed a chance, who welcomed the opportunity? How wild would that be? I can see the comments now. I don't know. I can see. Mr. Bluestone says, my buddy Scott has a carpet cleaning business, nets over $1 million a year cleaning apartment carpets with 2 vans. I met a young guy in my local area when I had the cleaning business who was doing the same thing. I don't know if he was making a million, but damn right. There's some money in that shit. The problem with it though is, like with the cleaning business, it's a set price. So the price is already set. The bar is already set. There's people who are willing to clean apartments for, let me just break these fucking numbers down for you. There's people who are willing to clean apartments for $130. Companies willing to clean apartments for $130 for an apartment. Okay? That is the number. For a standard clean, it don't matter how many fucking bedrooms. It don't matter if it's a 3-story unit, $130. For just a basic clean. Now, if it's a deep clean, like some shit's been fucked up, maybe we're going to get maybe you get double. Or maybe you get like 170, maybe 200. But let's just take the 130 number. And back when I had the business, it was less than that. It was like 120, 125. It's gone up like $5, even though gas has gone up $3. So at $130 to clean an entire apartment, when I was running the business before, I would pay people per unit. Now, a cleaner already knows what they get, right? If you're an experienced cleaner, you've worked for cleaning companies, you already know the game. So when I hire you and I say, hey, look, I'm going to pay you $50, $60 to clean a whole fucking apartment. Mind you, this takes anywhere between 2 to 4 hours per unit, right? So what the cleaner would say to me is, okay, no problem. I can do that. Yeah, $60 a unit. I'm going to go clean it. I'm going to do 3 or 4 units a day. And I was like, okay, bet. Yeah, that sounds good. But realistically, you can't do that because you're going to be half-assing shit, trying to hurry, or maybe just not even cleaning shit, just telling me you clean shit. Anyways, that's why we ran into a lot of problems in the past, because I was paying per unit. right? Which I'm not going to do this time. I'm not going to do that this time. And this is in my area, okay? My area is not expensive to live, even though it's definitely gone up quite a bit. But in terms of like places like California, New York, Northern Virginia, where I live at, the median household income is drastically lower than a lot of places where it's obviously a hell of a lot higher. I'm going to do the cleaning business different this time. I'm going to pay people per day. I'm going to give you a set wage per day. Now that set wage is going to break down. You're going to have a quota that you have to meet. Your quota is going to be 2 apartments. So basically, this is how it's going. I'm actually going to break these numbers down for you because it doesn't matter. I'm going to pay people $150 a day. Your quota is 2 apartments per day. It's going to take you on average 4 hours to clean an apartment. It's not going to take you more than 4 hours, but it certainly could take you less than 4 hours. It could take you 3 hours. Maybe it takes you 2.5 hours if you're flying. So if it takes you 4 hours to clean an apartment, I'm basically paying you $150 for 8 hours. And that breaks down to, I think, like about $18 an hour, some shit like that. Now, if you clean 3 apartments in a day, obviously I'm going to pay you more money. I just haven't figured out how I was going to get to that just yet. But another thing that did work for me when I had the cleaning business was teaming people up. If I teamed people up, I would give them, what was I giving? Back then I was giving them like $25 to $30 each to clean. I think it was $30. I was giving them $30 to clean a unit each. And it would take them 2 hours. And they were making like $15 an hour, some shit like that. Or it just depended. Because everybody, I would always pay people more if I needed to pay them more. I think the most I was paying people was like $90 a unit. And I'm only making $120, mind you. And my wife hated that. She was like, God bless it, we making $30. But we had like 20 units going in a day, so it kind of worked out on days like that. But on other days, it definitely didn't work out. Anyways, I really want to get back into the cleaning business. It'd be content. It'll be, mindless work. It'll be an opportunity for me to keep Damon going, because that's my dude. And it's going to be me and him cleaning. And that's another way that I'm going to do it so different than I did it in the past. In the past, I wouldn't clean. And it wasn't because, cleaning was beneath me. But I was running a successful YouTube channel at the time, focusing on all the other bullshit. Oh, let me start a cleaning business and make $20 when I got a YouTube channel that's, doing fairly better than that. But now, things are obviously a lot different, and I want to do it. I don't mind doing the work. And I think, what I learned from doing the flip houses was, hey, if we do the work ourselves, well, we can guarantee that the work is done right or done the best that it can be done. So there's that. All right. Anywho, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time to come through here and check me out on this Father's Day. I hope this day has been great. If you're a father, if you're not a father, for your father, or just for you in general. I hope this weekend has been good for you guys as well. And I'm going to be working on my bathroom this week. I got everything in and coming in to be able to get that bathroom rocking and rolling. I'm going to be looking at some storage units. I'm going to be looking at getting this cleaning business going and just whatever's going to be next here on Joe Does Stuff. Because one thing about it, and it's going to be a lot like what I did with the After Prison show. Unfortunately, I wish I didn't have to do it like this. But it's going to be a lot of just different shit. And it's my hope to just always keep it interesting and entertaining for you guys. It means a lot to have you guys rocking with me on this thing, for believing in this channel, for being a part of this, for being members of this channel, for just wanting to check these videos out, for wanting to see what I'm up to. I greatly appreciate that. And it's my hope, as always, to be able to create stuff that you guys enjoy checking out. So thank you guys again. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I look forward to sharing more with you guys tomorrow. And until then, take care.